The truth about life after 60 no one tells you. When you're young, you think life ends at 60. You imagine wrinkles, tired eyes, silence in the house, and days that move slower than the ticking of the clock. But the truth is, life after 60 isn't the end of the story. It's the part where the story starts to make sense. You see, nobody tells you that the years after 60 can be the most honest, peaceful, and meaningful years of your life, if you choose to live them that way. 1. The realization phase. When you cross 60, something changes deep within you. You begin to realize that you no longer need to impress anyone. The race, the pressure, the comparisons, all of it slowly fades away. You no longer chase validation. You start chasing peace. You look back and realize that most of the things you worried about didn't even matter. The arguments, the competition, the jealousy, they seem like dust now. Because at 60, you begin to see life from the mountaintop. And from there, you finally understand, none of it was worth losing your peace over. At 20, you chase people. At 40, you chase money. But after 60, you start chasing moments. A cup of tea in silence. A walk under the morning sun. A conversation with an old friend. The laughter of your grandchildren. These become your treasures. 2. The body changes, but the soul blooms. People often say, "You're getting old," as if it's something to be ashamed of. But no one tells you that after 60, your body may slow down, but your soul starts glowing brighter. You understand yourself better. You feel emotions deeply but respond calmly. You begin to see beauty in ordinary things, in the sunrise, in a bird's song, in a gentle rain. You stop living on deadlines. You start living on divine time. Yes, your knees may hurt sometimes. Yes, your memory might slip here and there. But your wisdom shines like gold. You begin to teach through silence. You guide through patience. You love without expectation. 3. The importance of letting go. After 60, you learn the sacred art of letting go. You let go of grudges that have been sitting heavy on your heart. You forgive not because others deserve it, but because you deserve peace. You let go of people who left, dreams that didn't work out, and plans that didn't unfold as expected. You stop fighting what life took away, and you start cherishing what life still gives. You understand that everything that left was never meant to stay, and everything that stayed was always meant for you. The house may feel emptier, yes. The phone may ring less often. But in that silence, you find something you never had before, yourself. 4. Rediscovering the beauty of simplicity. At 60, you realize how powerful simplicity really is. You no longer need fancy things to feel rich. You feel rich in peace, in health, in love. You appreciate the rhythm of your day, the way the sunlight falls through your window, the way your morning tea feels like a blessing, the way your heart still beats with gratitude for another day. You no longer count your possessions. You count your blessings. 5. Understanding love again. Love after 60 is not loud. It doesn't need grand gestures or endless promises. It's quiet, calm, and deeply real. It might be your partner who's been with you for decades, sharing the same bed, same memories, same dreams. Or it might be the love you have for yourself, for finally understanding that you were enough all along. You start realizing love isn't always about romance. It's about presence. It's about caring for your plants, feeding stray animals, smiling at your neighbors, or just being kind to yourself. 6. The loneliness no one talks about. But let's be honest, life after 60 isn't always peaceful. Sometimes it's lonely. Friends you once laughed with are no longer here. Children have grown, busy in their worlds. The house that once echoed with noise now hums with silence. And yet, in that loneliness, there's a strange kind of strength. Because now you understand that solitude doesn't mean emptiness. It means space. Space to breathe, to reflect, to connect with your soul. You talk to yourself more, and it's not madness. It's healing. You start conversations with God, not through rituals, but through your thoughts. You whisper prayers not to ask for things, but to thank Him for what you already have. 7. The joy of health and mindfulness. No one tells you that after 60, your health becomes your true wealth. You begin to realize that eating right, sleeping well, and moving your body gently. These are the real luxuries. You don't need a gym membership. You need consistency. You don't need supplements to stay young. You need laughter, purpose, and love. When you eat healthy, walk daily, and think positively, you don't just live longer. You live better. Every morning walk becomes a prayer. Every breath becomes gratitude. And every smile becomes medicine. 8. The legacy you leave. After 60, you stop thinking about success, you start thinking about legacy. You ask yourself, what will I leave behind? Not in money, but in memories. You realize the real inheritance you give your children is not property, it's values. The lessons you taught them without words. The times you forgave when you could have fought. The kindness you showed even when life was unkind to you. These are the treasures they'll remember long after you're gone. 9. The power of gratitude. After 60, you finally learn how to be truly thankful. You stop complaining about what you lost. You start appreciating what remains. You're thankful for your heartbeat, for your eyesight, for your breath, for the people who still call, and for the memories that still make you smile. You realize that life doesn't owe you anything. It has already given you everything. 10. The spiritual awakening. And perhaps the most beautiful part, life after 60 often becomes your spiritual awakening. You begin to see God not as a distant power, but as a friend walking beside you. You stop fearing death and start preparing for peace. You understand that life isn't about how long you live, it's about how deeply you live. You realize the soul never ages. It's timeless, pure, and eternal. You may be 60 in body, but inside, you're still that curious, hopeful child who believes in love, faith, and magic. 11. You still have time. Nobody tells you that after 60, you still have time. Time to start something new. Time to learn. Time to love again. Time to travel. Time to forgive. Time to live. There are people who start painting at 70, who write books at 80, who fall in love at 90, and who inspire the world even from their hospital beds. Life doesn't stop when you retire. It stops only when you stop believing you can still live. So get up, smile, walk outside, breathe deeply. You are still alive, and that means you still have purpose. 12. The message to the younger generation. If you're younger and reading this, listen carefully. Don't wait till 60 to understand life. Don't wait for your hair to turn gray to realize what truly matters. Cherish your parents while they're still here. Spend time with them. Listen to their stories. Because one day you'll be in their shoes wishing someone would just listen. And when that day comes, you'll finally understand that the truth about life after 60 isn't about slowing down. It's about finally waking up. Final words. So, if you're 60 or beyond or even nearing it, remember this: you're not old. You're gold. You carry decades of wisdom, oceans of memories, and the kind of strength that only time can give. You are not at the end. You're at the beautiful chapter where life becomes honest, peaceful, and real. The truth about life after 60 is not that it's over, it's that it finally begins. Hit that subscribe button and join us on a journey through the timeless wisdom of the older generation. Don't miss a single life-changing lesson.